where we'll learn how to write SP in terms of CP, and then in some of the questions we are going to use difference in percentages. Okay, so mainly again my whole idea would be to teach you the concepts and try to use it in the questions without using the formulas, without using your pen and paper, to make yourself capable of solving the questions in 30-40 seconds at max. So let's have some introduction of the basic terms that you're going to come across in this topic. I believe everyone knows what is cost price, the price at which an item has been bought. Then selling price, the price at which an item has been sold. Then we have profit or loss. It is nothing but the difference of CP and SP. You get a profit when the selling price is greater than the cost price, and you get a loss when the cost price is greater than the selling price. And accordingly, the profit or loss percentage will be calculated by, they are calculated on your CP. So the CP will come in the denominator. Okay, you can say that this is very much similar to a percentage change. So the profit percentage or the loss percentage is nothing but the percentage change, where the initial value and the final value depends on the question, whether you are to find out the profit percentage or the loss percentage. Okay, in the numerator you will write the profit or loss. In the denominator you will always write the cost price into 100. Marked price. What is marked price? This is nothing but the MRP. When you go to buy something and you see the price written on the packet, that is the marked price. Okay, simple terms, MRP. Then discount percentage. Now some of you might have a confusion that how is discount percentage calculated. So guys, discount is always calculated on the marked price, on the MRP. Okay, and discount always reduces the price. Discount always reduces the price. No one would say you that they are giving you 20% and you end up paying more than the marked price. Okay, discount percentage will always lead to reduction in the MRP. And there's one more term, which is markup percentage. Now markup percentage is something where very rarely you are going to get a question based on markup percentage, but you need to have a very clear idea of what this thing is. The definition is the percentage increase over the cost price to make the marked price. Okay, let's try to understand it with a simple example. Let's say you made an article and it costed you 100 rupees. Okay, now you are deciding to put a price tag on it. You want to sell it and you want to put a MRP on it. Okay, what was your cost price? It was 100 rupees. So now let's say you are planning that what is the percentage by which I should increase the price. Okay, what is the markup over the cost price that I want to keep? Let's say you want to put a MRP of 130. You want to put an MRP of 130 and your cost price was 100 rupees. So you want to put an MRP which is 30 rupees more than your cost price. So in that case, the markup percentage is nothing but 30%. Okay, so this markup percentage is calculated on your cost price. Okay guys, so there are 3 percentages which are calculated on the cost price. They are profit percentage, loss percentage, and markup percentage. All these 3 percentages, they are calculated on the cost price, and discount is calculated on the marked price. Okay, okay, there's a simple question, sir. Does that mean that selling price and MRP are one and the same thing in retail context? Yes, if you are paying exactly the same amount which is written on the article, which is marked on the article, so in that case the MRP or the marked price and the selling price are equal. Yes, Shubham? Mark price and selling price are different. Mark price is already written on the item that you are going to buy, and selling price is the amount which you pay to get the article. Now in some of the cases you get a discount, so in that case the selling price is less than the mark price, but in some cases you don't get any kind of discount, so in that case the mark price and the selling price are equal. Now is that okay? Yes. In case of discount, SP and MP would be different. Markup percentage is not same as profit percentage. Profit, you get a profit when you sell an item at a price higher than the cost price. While markup percentage is nothing but you are deciding that how much percentage more than the cost price you are planning to put the MRP. Okay. Is this clear, guys? Now, are you clear with the difference between markup percentage, mark price, and all these things? Is there any issue? Okay, thank you. So moving ahead. So let's learn a problem without, sorry. So guys, let's say we have to write down SP in terms of CP. You have to write down SP in terms of CP, and the profit is 10%. So in that case, what will be your SP? Your SP will be nothing but CP plus 10% of CP. Okay, you try to use your simple IQ. If you are having any kind of profit, in that case the selling price is nothing but the cost price plus profit. And what is the profit given here? The profit given here is 10%. It means the actual profit will be 10% of your cost price. So if the profit given is 10%, so I can directly write down that the selling price will have to be 110% of the cost price. Okay. So selling price will be 110% of the cost price. And if you want to remove that percentage sign, you will have to divide it by 100. So 110 by 100 will give you 1.1. Okay. So the next time you come across a statement which says the profit is 10%, so you should be capable of directly writing SP as 110% of the cost price. Okay. Similarly, if the profit is 20%, so in that case, the selling price will be 120% of the cost price, or in terms of ratio, it will be 1.2 times of the cost price. And let's say instead of profit, if you have a loss percentage, then the value will be less than 100, because now it is going to be 75% of the cost price. Okay, how did I get this 75? It is 100 minus 25. Initially, how did we get this 120%? We got it by 100 plus 20. 100 plus 20. Why did we go for 100 plus 20? Because we were having a profit. In the last case, we are having a loss. And since because we are having a loss, so it's going to be 100 minus 25. That becomes 75%. Okay. Now, so I hope this part is clear. You should always be capable of writing SP in terms of CP if you know the profit percentage or if you know the loss percentage. Now, try to solve this question. Try to solve this question. Try not to use any kind of formula. Try to use logic, common sense. A man sold an article at 10% profit. Had it been sold for rupees 50 more, he would have gained 15 percentage. So find the cost price of the article. So let's try to look into the solution. Here, the difference in percentage is 5%. How come? Initially, he sold the article at 10% profit. Had it been sold for rupees 50 more, the gain would have been 15%. So in one scenario, we have a 10% profit. In another scenario, we would have 15% profit. So the difference in percentage is nothing but 15 minus 10, which is 5%. But for this difference in percentage, which is 5%, what is the difference in actual price? According to the question, it is 50 rupees. We are going to get a difference of 5% because of this difference of 50 rupees. So I can say that this 5% is corresponding to an actual value of 50 rupees. And if this 5% is corresponding to an actual value of 50 rupees, then, and the CP has to be 100%. So 5%, 50, 100% will become 1000. Is this clear, guys? Is this concept clear? How did we use the difference in percentage? See, you can make those equations. You can make those equations that initial selling price is 1.1 times of X, final selling price is 1.15X. So according to the question, 1.15X will be equal to 50 plus 1.1X. And from there, you can get the value of X. But that is not my concern. That will take time. Try to understand why I am only showing you one particular method, which is very easy. We have less time. So my only concern is I will try to show you the best possible method for this particular question. Okay. Again, I'll repeat it quickly. You can see that initially the profit was 10%. The final profit would have been 15% if the selling price would have been 50 rupees more. So the difference in percentage is 5%, which we got from 15 minus 10. The actual difference is price is 50 rupees because according to the question, if the selling price would have been 50 rupees more, the gain would have been 5% more. So we can now correspond that 5% is leading to a change of 50 rupees. So if 5% is leading to a change of 50 rupees, 1% will lead to a change of 10 rupees, and thus 100% will lead to a change of 1000 rupees. Okay. So moving ahead. Now, again, problems with formula. Okay. Now in this part, I am going to teach you some new formulas, not the traditional formulas. Okay. So now for this particular scenario, what is the condition? The condition is the number of items is same and the price is different. I'll try to show you a statement from where you can understand this part. What is the profit or loss percentage if an item is bought at rupees 5 and sold at rupees 6? So you can try to identify that are the number of items same here? Guys, are the number of items same?
Yes.
So because he bought one item and he's selling the same item. So the number of items are same while the price are different. And what price are we talking here? We are talking about the cost price and the selling price. Okay. So in this case, the CP and SP is given and the number of items is 1, which is same. So profit percentage. So in this case, you can simply use SP minus CP upon CP into 100. This is the usual formula to calculate profit percentage. But what is the speciality in this scenario? The speciality is even if the number of items was, let's say, 78. Let's say instead of one item, the question was that the person bought 78 items for rupees 5 and sold the same 78 items for rupees 6. In that case also, you can simply go for this formula. You don't have to calculate the selling price or the cost price per unit. You don't have to calculate the price per unit. Please mute your audio. Students, please mute your audio. Only give responses via chat. Okay. So after you put the value in the formula, SP minus CP upon CP into 100, 6 minus 5 upon 5 into 100 will give you 1 by 5 into 100, which will give you 20%. Okay. So is this part clear, guys? Have you understood what is the condition for this formula? The simple condition is the number of items is same. In this case, the number of items is 1. Even if the number of items is 70, 80, 100, 200, you can simply use this formula. You don't have to calculate the CP or SP per unit. It has got nothing to do with the percentage. Just imagine, even if the question says that 20 items were bought for rupees 5 and 20 items were sold for rupees 6. Will that make any kind of change in the percentage profit or loss? Guys, will that make any kind of change in the percentage profit or percentage loss? No, right? It will make no change. It is independent. Or for those who are thinking, how come it is independent? You can think it in this way. The numerator is SP minus CP. The denominator is CP. So even if you try to calculate the SP and CP per item, that 20 will get divided from the numerator and the denominator. That 20 will get divided from the numerator and the denominator. Okay. So this was the scenario where the number of items were same and the price was different. Number of items were same and the price was different. Now let's look at the opposite scenario. What will be the opposite scenario? The number of items is different while the price is same. So before that, guys, there's a question here along with the solution. A man buys an article for rupees 1400 and sells it at a profit of 15%. So we are supposed to find out the selling price. So again, you can see that in the solution part, we have not used X anywhere. Okay. So basically it means that we can solve this question without pen and paper. The profit is 15%. So you can see on the right hand side that 15% of, if I want to calculate the actual profit, if I want to calculate the actual profit, it will be 15% of 1400. 15% of 1400. And how will we calculate 15%? If you remember in the last class, I told you how to calculate 15%. We will first go for 10% of the value and then we will go for 5% of the value. Since the value here is 1400, so 10% of 1400 will be 140. And if 10% of the value is 140, so 5% will be half of 140, which is 70. So the total 15% will be 140 plus 70, which is 210. So the percentage profit is 15, while the actual profit is 210. So the man, he bought the item for 1400, he got a profit of 210. So the selling price will become what? 1400 plus 210. So that becomes a total of 1610 rupees. So is this part clear, guys? How did we get this 1400 plus 210? Okay, great. So are you able to understand the shortcuts? What is the simple logic that we are using here? Shubham, see, according to the question, the man bought the article for 1400 rupees while he sold it for a profit of 15%. Okay, and we are supposed to find out the selling price. So what we need to do is we will have to first of all find out the actual profit. And how will we calculate the actual profit? You know that profit percentage is calculated on the CP, and the CP is given here, is already present, right? So we will use that information to calculate the profit. 15% of 1400. Now to calculate 15%, first we will break it into 10% plus 5%. 10% of 1400 will be 140, and 5% will be half of 140. Okay. Thank you, Shivam. Thank you for your wonderful feedback. So, moving ahead. Next type. So guys, the initial type was number of items are same, while the price was different. And now the type 2 is number of items are different and the price is same. So now you can imagine a scenario where, let's say you bought 10 items for X rupees. 10 items for X rupees, while you sold 15 items for Y rupees. 10 items for X rupees you bought, while you sold 15 items for the same X rupees. Okay, so here the price is same. The total buying price was X, the total selling price was X, while the number of items bought and sold are different. So we are going to look into those kind of cases, and again we will try to learn a simple formula which will help you to solve the questions in a maximum of 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, so the question, what is the profit or loss percentage if 5 items are bought for ₹1 and 4 items are sold at ₹1? So can you try to identify the difference of this question with respect to the previous type? Here the number of items are different. Bought 5 items, sold 4 items. In the previous scenario, the number of items bought and sold were same, while the price was different. But in this particular scenario, the items are different while the price is same. So if you are able to identify this thing in a question, then you can use this formula. And what is the formula? The formula is B minus S upon S into 100. B minus S upon S into 100, where B corresponds to the number of items bought, while S corresponds to the number of items sold. Okay, you'll get the PPT, so you will not have to worry about noting it down. Okay, so B minus S upon S into 100, where B corresponds to the number of items bought and S corresponds to the number of items sold. This will give you the profit percentage or the loss percentage. That profit percentage which I have written here is by mistake. It has to be profit or loss percentage. If you get the final output as positive, if you get the final output from this formula as positive, it means there is a profit. And if you get the final output from this formula as negative, it means you got a loss. Okay, and it's very clear now, guys. Try to look into the formula. The formula is having a numerator of B minus S. Okay, now just imagine if you had bought 10 items for X rupees, 10 items for X rupees, and you sold 15 items for X rupees. So the value of B here is 10, while the value of S is 15. And if you put those values of B and S in this formula, 10 minus 15, the numerator will become negative, na? And the numerator will become negative, so you will suffer a loss there. And it's very obvious, right? If you bought 10 items at X rupees and you are selling more than 10 items at the same price, then you are going to suffer a loss. Okay, so using this formula, once you put the value of B and S over here, you get 5 minus 4 upon 4 into 100. That will give you 25%. It means the profit percentage will be 25%. So is this clear, guys? Is this clear? Have you identified how to use this formula? What is the condition to use the formula? The condition is the cost price and the selling price needs to be same, while the number of items bought and sold has to be different. And what is the benefit of learning this formula? Can you tell me what is the benefit of learning this formula? Can you tell me how will you save time if you remember this formula? Think. Siddharth is saying will not have to multiply. Shivam is saying no multiplication required. Suramya is saying avoiding unitary method. See guys, generally people for these type of questions, they try to find out the cost price per item. They try to find out selling price per item, and then they go for SP minus CP upon CP into 100. So now finding out the price per unit is not difficult, but again it depends on the value. If I am buying 100 items if I'm buying 100 items for 200 rupees, if I'm buying 100 items for 200 rupees, so in that case the price per unit is only 2, right? But if I'm buying, let's say 79 items for 200 rupees, so in that case the price per unit is 200 by 79, and now calculating 200 by 79 is very difficult. Okay, so this will save time in that scenarios. Okay, so please try to remember the types out here. Okay, so here's a simple solution question for you. A vendor bought toffees at 6 for a rupee. How many for a rupee must he sell to gain 20%? Now, for those who are trying to figure out the first statement, if you see a statement which says a vendor bought toffees at 6 for a rupee, it simply means that for 1 rupee, the vendor bought 6 toffees. Okay, bought toffees at 6 means the number of units bought is 6. Number of units bought is 6. I hope you must have got the solution. The number of items bought is 6. Now the question is asking, for the same price, how many toffees should he sell to gain 20%? So what is the catch here? The catch is that he bought the toffees for 1 rupee and he's going to sell the toffees for again 1 rupee. So the cost price and the selling price is same. That is the catch. So now you know the formula. Put the value of B. What is the value of B here? The value of B for the formula is 6. Do we have the value of S? We don't have the value of S. So number of items bought, look into the screen for the solution. I will look in your chat later. Number of items bought is B, which is 6. Number of items sold, which is S, is not given. We need to find it out. Profit is given as 20%. We know the formula as profit percentage is equal to B minus S upon S into 100. So if I put all the values in the formula, 20% is equal to 6 minus S upon S into 100.